Well, hello. Sorry that it has been a little bit since I last made a video. We're gonna see if we can get through this video without interruption, but I just had my baby 2 weeks ago. My second baby, so that's what's going on with that. She's asleep, so I should be able to make it through this video, but we'll see. I mean, if anything, I can always just cut out if she wakes up. But anyway, I figured today I would come back and talk about something that came out at the beginning of this year that I honestly forgot about until I was on Hulu looking through the Huluween and saw that it was finally available on Hulu, so I saw my chance and took it. But it is the Nicolas Cage movie of Willy's Wonderland. Now there's going to be spoilers, as I'm going to talk about the whole movie and everything, all that stuff, so spoiler warning, if you don't want to know anything, go watch the movie first and then come back and watch this video. Even then, I kind of recommend watching the video, because especially, like I said, if you do have Hulu, it's free on Hulu right now anyway, so I would recommend going and watching it. But so when Willy's Wonderland was like announced and coming out and everything, everyone was like, okay, this is kind of like a Five Nights at Freddy's thing. Like, we all knew it, and it definitely was. I mean, the fact it's got, the haunted animatronics, and there's parts of the story as to what initially happened that line up with Freddy's, but it also does take its own spin and makes its own, like, interesting story and doesn't just completely rip from Five Nights at Freddy's, which I appreciate. And I thought it was interesting and good, and in some ways even kind of, I guess not really, but kind of feasible. Like, the plot gets a little weird and convoluted, because what it is so this Willy's Wonderland, it's, a kid's place that was opened by a notorious serial killer, and he hired a bunch of other like-minded people like him, so it's basically a bunch of serial killers, and they would take kids to the private party room. And in the private party room is where they would murder the kids and their families, like their parents. So, it'd be like one kid or two kids, depending how many they had, and then the parents. So they would murder them in the room. And of course, the place, it got investigated because there was a bunch of missing persons reports, so the police investigated. But the serial killers would, rather than be caught, they're like, nah, we ain't going down. So they performed a satanic ritual to put their souls into the animatronics. And so as the animatronics, they started killing and eating people. Like, literally eating people in the town. So the town people wanted to save themselves, so the new owner and the sheriff made a bargain with these animatronics that they would feed the animatronics if they left everybody in town alone. So they've come up with this trap, which is how Nick Cage gets caught in it, of, busting people's tires or whatever on the road. They're like, oh, hey, we'll fix your car for you, but it's going to be an overnight thing, but hey, for one reason or another, like Nick Cage, his character, he's just called the janitor. He doesn't have a name, so I'm just going to call him Nick Cage, but, like, how he ends up going to Willy's Wonderland is he doesn't have cash, and his card, like, they claim they don't accept card to pay for the car repairs, so they're like, hey, if you go and clean up Willy's Wonderland, we'll consider that payment for it. So go clean it up and I'll fix your car. But of course they are luring him, just like they have lured other families there, expecting that the animatronics will kill and eat him to keep them happy. But of course it's Nick Cage, so he says no. And so, that's basically that's the whole big overall plot, honestly. So this movie, it is, as long as you don't take it too seriously and everything, it's a fun movie. And I personally don't like, I have never, even as a little kid, I have pictures of me in Disneyland being terrified of the people in big character costumes. I have always been scared of, like, big animatronics and big costumes like that. So, I mean, the designs of them, they're pretty freaky, and they got some gruesome stuff when they're killing some of the people. Like, they go all out on it. But honestly, I do like a lot of the, and I'm no film critic here or anything, but I do like the camera work and everything. They made good camera work. I think they made a really interesting environment. They made, the animatronics are interesting characters. Pretty much most of the characters in the movie are kind of boring. The only ones you really care about are like the animatronics and Nick Cage. The other people are kind of generic, boring, don't care about them so much, but Nick Cage makes it all worth it because so his character, the janitor, like he takes it as though it's a serious job, and he has alarm sets for 15-minute breaks. And he will literally be about to fight an animatronic, but his watch will go off and he'll go take a 15-minute break. He'll just straight up leave and go to the break room and be playing this it's like an arcade machine that was in the break room, and he's working on getting a high score the whole time or whatever. It's freaking hilarious. But he'll literally just stop, and then he'll just come back after his 15-minute break and go on, destroying the animatronics and everything. Like, it's so ridiculous, but I love it. And Nicolas Cage, he doesn't have any voice lines. His character does not talk at all, so you don't really know much about the janitor. But with it being Nick Cage and everything, it makes you want to know more because you're like, okay, this guy is like, why is he not freaking out? He's beating these animatronics so easy all by himself. And it's like he's not freaking out and running because these kids, they come to break him out because these teenagers don't understand, that the adults had made a pact in order to save the town, so they're just trying to burn the place down. But of course, that's not necessarily a guarantee that the animatronics would die. But so these kids are trying to like break Nicolas Cage out before they burn the building down, because the other kind of main character, the girl, she's like, no, I'm not gonna have an innocent man burned down. We're gonna get him out of there. But Nick completely rejects it. He just stays in there and keeps cleaning up and doing what he's doing, and then just destroying the animatronics as they get in his way and try to kill him. And then he goes back to cleaning the establishment. Like, he literally is cleaning up the place. Like, at the end of the movie, when they come back in the morning expecting, to find him dead, they find the place all clean and set up, and all the animatronics' bodies are thrown in the dumpster because frickin' Nick Cage just ripped them apart. So, like, he was actually spending time, like, cleaning the place. And he doesn't take the opportunity to just leave. And it just makes you wonder, because this guy doesn't talk. It's like, who is this guy? Like, what is up with it? I like how they did that, though, just left him as this interesting, like, you don't know what his deal is and everything. Like, I at least liked it and found it engaging, and just because it's Nicolas Cage and his crazy acting anyway, like, I enjoyed his performance and everything with it. So, like I said, honestly, don't go into this movie trying to take it too seriously, because if you do that, then you ruin it for you. If you see it as just a fun little movie to kind of be like a nod to Five Nights at Freddy's and everything, like, I honestly think you'll enjoy your time. Like, it's got like I said, the sets and everything are interesting. It's got good cinematography. Nick Cage's character is very, engaging, even though he doesn't talk. Honestly, I would give this movie, I'm gonna be real and give it a 6 out of 10, just because it's not the greatest piece of cinema, work out there, but it's definitely a fun time, and I would say it's not a waste of your time to watch it, like, especially since it's the month of Halloween anyway. Just, watch it and have fun with it. But anyway, go ahead and leave a comment down below on, your thoughts on this movie, or maybe other good horror movies that maybe aren't quite as big or well known. If you like this video, go ahead and leave a like. You don't have to, but it helps to let me know what y'all are enjoying watching. I upload videos every Monday and Wednesday review video, or Monday and Friday review videos. Sunday and Saturday are gameplay videos. But to make it easier, just go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you don't want to remember all that. All my social links are down below, Twitter, Instagram, and I have my Twitch link down below. I am going to get back into streaming soon, just like I said, dealing with the baby and working around her schedule, and then my toddler's schedule, of course, so getting that figured out. But Chocolate Sylveon, it's the same, on Twitch. I stream usually every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and Saturdays at 10. Times and everything might have to change a little bit. We'll just kind of have to see, go with the flow. I'll have the schedule updated. But anyway, that is going to be it, and I will see you all next time. Bye!